All right, so my youngest is over here starting a YouTube channel. I don't know why. I don't know where she gets it from. You're not my youngest either. You're my oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the words are tremendous. So what was your first, and I'm doing a business consult with her because that's what I do. So what was your first question?
How many times a week should I post with my schedule?
How many videos per week should you post? Okay. So my answer was what? One a week, right?
Because our schedules are pretty crazy.
Because your schedules are pretty crazy. And here's the deal. If you go up with the amount of content you produce, people are cool with that. They think, oh, I'm going to get twice as many. What's your channel name?
Ganache and Fondant.
Ganache and Fondant. And it's a baking channel, right? And you're going to bake stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to bake stuff.
Yeah, he's my assistant.
Yes. And what's my name? I'm Fondant?
Yeah.
I'm Fondant, and you're Ganache. Right. Okay. And so, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Can't wait.
So here's the deal, right? If you're already giving people one Ganache and Fondant episode a week, and all of a sudden you're giving them two, they're like, yes, twice as much. But if you start out giving them two, and then you back down to one, they're like, I can't,
That's happened with a couple of YouTubers that I watch. They uploaded like 4 times a week, then they dropped to 2, and it was just like,
yeah.
where are the videos, man?
Right. Where are the videos, man? Exactly. So start with 1 per week, and then even in your description, you manage that expectation. You say, subscribe for weekly episodes. And then people know, and that you're even communicating that, hey, you guys, you should click the subscribe button and hit the bell button so that you can keep up with us every week. And people get that idea, hey, this is a weekly thing. They do this every week. So,
Catch my tail on fire.
Yeah, don't get your tail on fire. What was your second question?
Any advice for being on camera?
Any advice for being on camera? Yes, be yourself. Be yourself. If you're funny, be funny. If you're goofy, be goofy. If you're silly, be silly. If you're serious, be serious. If you're, whatever.
But don't be like.
Right. Like if you excel at making fun of the tactical community with knife hands and tactical Muppet face, if that's your thing, knife hand, then that's what you should do, right? But if it's not your thing, then don't fake it, because if you're fake, that will turn a lot of people off. And something that's going to happen to you, to everybody out there, is what's called imposter syndrome. I had to Google this because I was feeling this and I didn't even know what I was feeling. And so what it is no matter what you've done, what your credentials are, what your experience is, because I'm kind of like a BA guy. I've done some really cool things. I've had some cool jobs. I've been places, done things. I know really cool people. Like, we have a lot of very interesting friends and family, right? Like, your uncles are very cool people, right? And so, but even me, I'm like, I don't know. Am I really that guy? Can I speak with authority on this subject? And it's called imposter syndrome. Well, that is accentuated, it's amplified if you're not even being you on camera. But if you're
that happened to you on your first few videos.
Yeah. And Mom was like, hey, you suck. Stop sucking. And I was like, okay, yes, ma'am. So, but if you're being you, it makes it much easier to work through that imposter syndrome, where it's like, it keeps you humble. You're like, yeah, I don't know everything. And I will admit, I don't know everything. But I do know this. This I do know. I do know. I know knife hands. I know double knife hands.
So does Aspen.
Yes, Aspen knows double knife hands as well. So be you and speak with authority on whatever the subject is. That's fine. And yeah, be you. Okay? Because that translates. 98% of the people who watch your content are never going to bake a cake. They're not. 98% of the people that watch my content are never gonna, they won't even zero their rifles.
It's the 2%.
It's the 2%, right? And look, see this card right here? What does this say?
There are people counting on you.
There are people counting on you. And those are the 2% of the people that I talk at when I talk. Okay? And if you're being you and you're mindful of that 2% that are listening.
What's 2% of 20,000?
2% of 20,000?
Yeah.
400. Which is about the number of patrons we have, so that makes sense. Yeah, it's that 2% that's really switched on and paying attention. And it's not that the 98% don't count, because they do count. They're vitally important. But they are more or less there for the entertainment value, maybe the educational value, but they don't really get from here to here. Okay? It's like Yolanda on How to Cake It, right? How many times have you watched the Yolanda episode and then gone and baked a cake?
I think I might have done that once.
One time. How many episodes have you watched of hers?
All of them.
All of them. See, so it's not that you have bad intentions, but you fall into that 98% category, right? I've watched plenty of super ultra tactical videos and then just gone about my day and not done anything about it, right? So it's that 2%, and that 2% varies. It depends on the day and the time and who's watching your content, but it's that 2% that if you're you and you speak with authority about the thing that you're doing, and you, like, if you make a mistake, own it. Own it. Like, I was doing reload drills on Patreon the other day, and I dropped the magazine in my rifle and came back up and totally bobbled the reload. It's because I'm a human. Stuff happens, right? So, be you. What else you got, kid?
Cupcakes.
If you burn your cupcakes, be honest about it, because that's a teachable moment. You say, hey, I burnt my cupcakes. Here's why.
Okay,
Go ahead.
What is the most common thing you look through, like, that you find in the comments?
The most common thing I find in the comments?
Yes.
Okay, so this is another thing that I had to learn. If you start reading a comment, and in the process of reading the comment, it starts to emotionally bother you, stop reading it, move on. Okay? You just... It's this weird dichotomy where there's lots of people who will give you love and appreciation in the comments. And they're awesome, good, genuine people. And they value what you do. And that, for me, is pretty much the number one reason that I'm still on YouTube, is because of those people. Who are like, we love you guys. We pray for you guys every day. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I look forward to every time you put content out. You've helped me so much. Or my favorite is, I haven't been in my Bible in years, and you got me back in my Bible. Or, I was at war with God for a decade, and we're at least talking again now because of you. Well, it's like, it's not because of me, it's because of the Father. But He used me to do that, and that, like, I love getting those comments. But I also get comments that are like, you're an evil Satanist, fat, lazy pig, piece of crap. I know you did. And I'm like, okay, next, And so I will delete and ban those people. Oh! Have you been coloring with markers?
Show me.
No, I don't want the naked baby all over the camera.
Okay, go, buddy.
Go find Bub. Go find Bub.
What you doing? No.
Pause. Sorry, naked baby interruption. So the comments, right? You will find the best of people and the worst of people in the comments.
Because it's easier to be mean when you're not talking directly.
Yes, and that's the thing, is that I take it. It's like as if you were sitting right here and you looked at me and you were like, Dad, you're a piece of crap. You blah, blah, blah. And it's like, whoa, I thought, why would you tell me that? Okay. Take 3 with the naked baby running around the house. So it's as if these people are sitting there talking trash to your face. They're not. they're spineless, okay? And you have to understand that. They're spineless because if they were sitting right here or standing right in my face, they would not say that. Or if they at least...
They would soften the blow.
Yes, that's exactly right. They'd at least be diplomatic about it because they know face to face there's a real chance that I grab them by the neck and bad things happen, right? Or even with you, you might just right in the nose, right? Because there's an accountability that happens when you're face to face with somebody that goes away on the internet because people just... Well, you're a fat, lazy piece of crap. It's like, you don't even know me. I start work at 6 a.m. I finish work at 8 p.m. every day. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, every day. Define lazy, okay?
And then he still watches the baby for the next, 2 hours.
Yeah, and then I do family stuff and baby stuff and homestead chores and house chores and all that. And I don't need to justify my existence to anybody. Nor do you. And so with comments come from people, and people are the best things and the worst things about life, okay? So you will get comments that really fill you up and make your day, and you will get comments that really just make you want to attack somebody. When they make you mad or sad, just stop reading, go to the next one.
Don't reply because it'll just make it worse.
Yeah, and even then, there's times when I reply. And one of my favorite things is, that's a cool story, bro. You should do a video on that. Because I love it when somebody's like, you totally messed up, you blah, 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 you should have done this. And you go, look, 0 subscribers, no content. Thank you for telling me what I should do.
Now you go do it.
Now you go, why don't you go make a video on that? And then tell me about, I'll show up in your video and tell you all the things that you should have done. So it's disingenuous. These people are disingenuous. It's not real. Okay? When people are talking from this position of, you should have done this, or you suck, or you blah, blah, blah. A lot of that is jealousy and a lack of fulfillment on their part. And so you can't let it bother you. And if it does bother you, walk away from it. Because there's more important things in life than some idiot, some a-hole on the internet. Okay? Cool. What else you got? Is that it?
I think so.
Cool. You gonna have an outline for your episodes?
Try to.
Yeah, you should.
Things spin off the wall when...
For what you're doing, you should have an outline. You don't necessarily need a script, and you don't necessarily need a cut sheet as far as this shot, then this shot, then this, you know.
But these take a while.
But you should have an outline. Like step 1, step 2, step 3, what do we want to capture?
Yeah.
Cool? Good consult?
Yep.
I love you. Are you cool that we filmed this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah, well, yeah, not just practice, but also I think that there's good information here for other people out there who are starting YouTube channels because, I mean, 15 months ago, our channel was brand new. My channel was brand new, and we'll hit 20,000 subs today, for sure.
By lunch.
Probably by lunch, yeah. We've had 1,000 views in the last 60 minutes. And we've had 45.1 thousand views in the last 48 hours. That's another thing. If you want to run away, that's cool. But
I'm back.
Okay. Highly recommend that you download Keywords Everywhere for the Chrome browser and learn how to use that. Highly recommend you download VidIQ as a plugin for your Chrome browser and YouTube and learn how to use that as well because it's been absolutely instrumental in the growth of our channel, of learning the back-end SEO, search engine optimization, and the organic algorithm of YouTube. And it's not just, it's an art and a science because you have to be good on camera, you have to speak with conviction, you have to be an authority in the field that you're speaking on, you have to look good enough, right, that people don't, what the heck is that?
So don't film
right?
First thing in the morning.
Don't film first thing in the morning, right? So you have to do all of that, and you have to be likable and personable, and people have to relate with you. But you also have to nail your descriptions and your titles and your meta tags and time that with what the algorithm is doing, because things change. Chocolate cake might be hot on Tuesday, but on Thursday everything's about vanilla. And so you have to do the market research on that and time your product of when it comes to market, just like you would any other product. And then you have to be engaging. You do have to get into the comments and let people know that you see them and you appreciate them and thank you very much. And you have to mean it. It can't just be disingenuous. You can't fake that. You can't be like, oh, thanks so much. Like, you actually have to, from a good place in your heart, approach it as thank you for taking time out of your life that you're never going to get back for watching my big ugly mug talk on the internet to you, right? And so it's all of these things, the hard skills on the computer, doing the data analysis and figuring out your tags and all of that, and then the soft skills of actually being a decent human being and allowing that to convey on camera and to care about the people that you're dealing with on the other end of the camera. And it's not one or the other, it's both.
I figured out my question though.
What's that, babe?
How would you say editing is harder or one of the easier parts of YouTube?
Is editing easier or harder?
Is it the easier part of YouTube or the harder?
Well, that depends on how much editing you're doing.
Yeah.
I do very little editing. I do all the editing for my channel on the iPhone. And I have multiple iPhones. Here's one.
You have 3 iPhones.
Hold on. We're filming on one right now. Here's another one. And here's another one. So, and this is not like, you know how like sometimes rappers just like throw dollar bills into the air? This is not me throwing iPhones into the air. This is none of your business. These are business expenses. So, and income. So when it comes to editing, the iPhone wins for me because I don't do it on the computer. Right, I just go into iMovie and I can cut, splice, add text, add background music, adjust volumes.
So do I need to get iMovie? Or are we doing it from your phone?
We'll probably start on one of my phones, probably this one here. We'll probably start on this one and then move to. We'll figure out for you, which is another thing. There's a really good point here that what we'll come back to is. Editing can take a lot of time, okay?
Yeah.
Some channels are highly edited and it works for them. For me, it's like, do you want like the laser beam approach, super focused, one video a week that you spend a lot of time on? Or I do the shotgun approach where I put out 6 to 8 pieces of content a week between Patreon and YouTube, and it's a scatter shot where I don't spend a lot of back-end time optimizing or editing any of those. I just continuously throw them out there. So editing can take as much time as you want it to. If you want a super high-speed, slicked-out, beautiful final product, that's going to take a lot of time editing. Yeah. If you want something that is maybe a little bit more organic and like earthy and relatable, that doesn't take as much time editing. I respond better to people being themselves on camera without a lot of editing. When I see, like, for example, Sunny Lenarduzzi, anybody who wants to grow a YouTube channel, look up Sunny Lenarduzzi. Some beautiful blonde girl from Canada. Everything she does is like super edited. Super edited. I can't even watch her videos, even knowing that there are like nuggets of wisdom in there. I have to put it on, flip the phone over, and just listen. Because it's too edited for me. The lighting's too perfect. Her makeup is just right. It's scripted, and she delivers the script so well, and it's too good.
It's too inhuman.
Yes, exactly. The human element gets lost. That's a very good point. So I think there's a fine line there with editing that you don't want to edit the humanity out of the video. That's a good job right here. Words, the best words. Are they tremendous though?
Yes.
They are tremendous. Did Mexico pay for them?
Yep.
They did. Thank you, Mexico, for those words. So you don't want to edit the humanity out of it, says me. And the other thing that I'll add, and this is what I was going to say, is you do not need to wait for things to be perfect to start your channel. You need to start your channel and then go from there. So, I mean, look at our wonderful background. This wall in the hallway that needs to be, you know, had wainscoting on it and now doesn't, and here it is. Because this whole house is under construction.
That's our bathroom.
Yeah, back there is a bathroom that's under construction. We moved into a construction zone.
The land of almost.
The land of almost, that's right. I think I'm going to make that a t-shirt on Teespring. The land of almost. I think I am. So, anyway, you don't need to wait for things to be perfect before you go, because you'll end up in a position of paralysis by analysis. Nothing will ever be good enough for you to actually go. So you need to go first and then improve as you go. So to your point of, are we going to edit on an iPhone? Probably yes to start with. And I think what we're going to do is...
For you didn't start with, like, you started with just, like, your hand in an iPhone, and now you have a computer camera, a selfie stick stand. And
you know what, too? What's crazy is all this, the stuff that we have now, too, are people who loved us, who said, I want to give you this, because I believe in what you're doing. And, like, that's blows me away. Blows me away. It's an absolute blessing. But yet and still, they do it over and over and over again. So, yeah, we have the tripods. We have the selfie sticks. We have the webcam. We have, I mean, and...
That's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Expensive stuff.
It's expensive stuff. But I didn't sit around and wait till I accumulated all of this to get started. I just got started because momentum matters. And you will never find the right time to go. So you need to just go. There is no perfect time to start. So you just start. And then it's like doing reps at the gym. The more reps you do, the easier it gets to do them. Right? And then other people see you at the gym doing reps and they're like, I want to hang out with that kid. That kid's cool. Right? And then you start building your tribe and people start coming with you, and it gets very organic and good. But we will probably start with an iPhone and with lapel mics. What's up?
I was thinking of a video, and me and you were baking, and I told you needed to wear a hairnet on your beard, because you're always getting beard hairs.
A beard
like,
net?
I imagine, like, the surgeon's mask mixed with a hairnet,
that
and you have to, like, hook it on your ears.
Thank you. That's real nice. So yeah, don't wait for the perfect time to go. Just go. Because otherwise you'll talk yourself out of going every time.
You also need to make our paper chef's hats.
Yes, I'm going to wear underwear on my head. That's my chef's hat. Cool?
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope.
Up top.
Good
All
video.
right. Good video. If I can hit the button.